Hey there, I'm Jodie from Sami Tipi, and I'm going to show you how to get yourself a Pinterest account and get on there to help you plan your own outdoor wedding. We've been on Pinterest since 2014 and we get over sort of 400, and we've even had 1 million hits per month. 1 million hits per month on our Pinterest channel. So we have got loads of pins and ideas and inspiration on there for you. But right now, I wanted to show you how you can use Pinterest to help you with planning your own outdoor wedding. So let's dive in and see what Pinterest can offer us.
Hello. So, firstly, what we need to do is get us a Pinterest account. So, if you've not already got one, I'm going to show you how to sign up for one. If you've already got one, perfect. You can skip this and go straight to step 2. So, hit that sign up button and obviously pop in your own email address, create a password, and pop in your age and hit continue. So, that is going to say welcome. How do you identify? So now it's trying to just set up itself so that it can kind of figure out a little bit about who you are so it can provide you with information. So fill in this if you wish, go through those steps just by telling it's English UK. Again, it's possibly going to look at curating its content so it's UK based. So now it's saying, tell us a little bit more about what you're interested in. And again, that's just so it can curate content, provide you with content that it thinks you're going to be interested in. So now what it's done is created a whole feed of information. So at the moment, because it doesn't know you, it's going to sort of second guess what it is that you like. So it's going to put lots of content in there. So here we are now, and we've got ourselves a Pinterest account, and that was step 1. So step 2 is about setting up your Pinterest boards. Okay, so now we've got our Pinterest account, we're going to get started with creating some boards. And what boards are, they're a little bit like filing cabinets. So it's just going to make it easier if you have boards to be able to add certain things into those boards. So, for example, you might go sort of groomsmen's wear, bridal dresses, flowers, and they could all be their own board in their own right. Otherwise, if you've just got a wedding board, you might find that it just becomes just too full. So at least this way, when you're going to look at a wedding dress, you can kind of then just look at that in isolation. Or if you're just going to go for a groomsman suit shopping, you can look at that in isolation and sort of get ideas then of what you've been looking at. So first thing we're going to do then is search. Now, I am going to be so generic with this and just type in wedding and see if there's something that I like. Beautiful flowers here, so I'm going to hit save, and this might now be my first board, which we're going to call this wedding flowers. Create. So that is your first pin saved to your first board. So now let's just type in wedding flowers. And what your stream's going to be full of is lots of gorgeous flowers. And as you scroll through, naturally you're going to be drawn to a few. And then you can start pinning those that you like, saving them. If you just press select, wedding flowers, and it's saved. So that's how we get started with a board. So let's save a couple more of these to our wedding flower board. So now we've got our first board. If we click on our little icon here, which is effectively it's you, it's just loading here. And what we can see is wedding flowers. So we've got that in that on that board. So think about that sort of filing cabinet. So you've collected all those flower ideas there. And this is where all your pins are. So if you did want to look at everything, you could look at them all in one go. But for the purpose of a board, we've got our first wedding flower board there. So the benefit of having this board is if you're going to meet a supplier, so if you're meeting a florist, you can share that board with them. so that they together with you can look at the ideas and the vision that you've got, so that they then can get a sense of what it is that you're looking to achieve. And then they can obviously then go into detail about seasonal flowers, etc. And actually this flower won't work because it's out of season, or it will work, but it's going to cost you sort of twice the price. But at least they can get a sense of what it is you're looking to achieve, and really get a vision for your day. And that's going to be the same for your wedding dress, groomsmen suits, your styling ideas, even food. So every element of your wedding planning, create a board for. So I'm going to go ahead and create some boards so we can see what all of that looks like. So what I'm going to do that is I'm just going to hit search. So let's have a look for outdoor ceremony ideas. And we can begin to pin some of the ceremony ideas that we feel reflect how we want to go. Now, as we can see, we've not got a board for that. So if we select create board, and now we're going to create a new board. So let's go for outdoor ceremony. So now you've got a couple of boards selected. It's easier to just hit save. So we've got a few pins now added onto this board. So go ahead, think of all those different elements for your day: flowers, styling, ceremony, stationery, wedding cake. You can create all those individual boards. And we want to look at how our overall styles coming together. We can look at all pins, and that's when we've got it there. And you might start to find that actually you drawn to quite a sort of particular style that you didn't even realize. So first thing is create your boards and get pinning. Do not think you're going to do this all in one night. Just maybe give yourself one focus area per evening. Otherwise you could find you do lose yourself on Pinterest and you didn't even realize the time. Okay, so we've now got a few boards building. If, for example, you just wanted to create a board here, you wanted to go and create all your boards, you've written a whole list, what you would do is come onto your profile. So just click in your little profile here. So mine's pulled through a J for Jodie, and you've got this little plus button here. So it's saying, do you want to create a pin or a board? So for the purpose of this, we're going to create a board. So this board name, we're going to call it stationery. And again, what this is asking us for is this board secret? Yes, we want to keep this board secret. We don't want anybody else to see the ideas that we're collecting for our wedding stationery. So that is one way that you can easily create a board and make it secret, so prying eyes do not have to see the content on there and what you've been pinning. So here we are on your dashboard, so we can see the boards that are starting to collect up. We can see we've got a couple of secret boards. But what you might want to do is actually collaborate on a board with somebody. You might want to be able to share your board with a supplier that you're working with, or obviously work on a joint board with both you and your partner. So the person that you're sharing the board with does have to have a Pinterest account themselves. So you want your partner to get themselves on Pinterest too, or you want to find the supplier that you're going to be working with. So if I go on wedding flowers here, click on that board, we can see it's got a J, so the J for Jodie, as I'm the owner of this particular board, but then there's a big plus. And this is here how we can invite somebody to join. Now we could invite this person here, as I've invited them to look at a board before. So how we would do that is we could hit invite, or if we've never invited them before, we would just type it in here. There we go, and hit invite. There we go. So they've now been invited to collaborate on your board. So that does mean that they too can also add pins. but see ideas. So if you're going shopping for a groomsman's suit, for example, and you both wanted to kind of put your own ideas on there, then you can collectively, collaboratively add those pins, and they're all in one place, so you can both sort of share and see each other's ideas on your Pinterest board. So that's how you can invite others to work with you on one of your Pinterest boards. So what we may find is that we are going to find a lot of our pins on Pinterest, but we might actually be taking our time and looking through wedding blogs and actually see inspiration and ideas of things we look. So if we hover over a photo that we like, this big Pinit button appears. So if we press that, it'll always be a P hovering over the photo. Then what we can do is save it. And if you either save it to one of your existing boards or you can create a board. So that is then how you can pin content, pin ideas from wedding blogs and the website and the internet, of ideas and things that you see, you love, you like, get them added to your Pinterest board. You will see ideas and inspiration everywhere once you get looking. So as we know, we can now pin from blog posts and other inspiration and ideas that we find on the internet using that P button. But what we want to do using Pinterest is actually go and find suppliers that we know, like and trust. So let's go and find a wedding stylist. There we go, the Rustic Wedding Company, and hit follow. So we can do that with a number of suppliers that we like and that we've already sort of seen maybe on the internet, on Instagram, and start following those people too on Pinterest. Because what will happen as we begin to follow them is on our home feed, where Pinterest is curating the information that we see, it's going to start pulling through the suppliers that you like and that you follow. It's going to start pulling their ideas through here too. So you can look at the suppliers that you like, but also naturally will start to pull through on your feed as Pinterest really starts to get an idea of what it is that you like and what it is you're looking to achieve. So we can see here back on our own dashboard, we are following one person, so one following. So if we click on that, we can see who it is we're following. We can choose to unfollow them, or we could go and have a look at what it is that they've got. So this here then is the Pinterest account for Sami Tipi, and you can see all their pins that they've got there. And then if there's something that you like, then obviously you can save that to one of your boards. And it's as simple as that. It's now saved that information there for you. The next tip is go find those suppliers that you know, like and trust. Go follow them. Look at what it is that they've got on their Pinterest board. Pin any ideas that you've got, because what you'll also start to find is that their pins will naturally start to come through on that home feed for you. So Pinterest obviously offers the app, so you can get this on your phone. And the principle's very much the same as it is on desktop. If you see an image you like, select it and hit save. And just like with your desktop version, when you find an image that you like, you can hit save. You can add it to one of your existing boards, or hit the create board and add it to a new board, such as cake ideas, so that you've got that in your pocket, on the go, all the time. The Pinterest app on your mobile. So with the Pinterest app on your phone's also a camera. So you might be snapping ideas all the time and inspiration. So on your dashboard of your Pinterest account, pull it down and you'll get a little search icon, and you can search pins. And next to that is the plus sign. And this is where we can upload photos. So we're going to upload a pin. A photo is called a pin onto your Pinterest board. Obviously, it will pop up and say, oh, do you want access? Are we going to allow that? So once you've done that, you can select the photos that you wish to upload. And you're just going to save it. And it will say next. And then from there, what you're going to do is give it a title and tell it where you want this pin to go. So give it a name. You could add in a description if you wanted to, if there was a particular supplier that it relates to or where you found it. You hit add, tell it which board you want to go on, and there you go. There is your pin added on to your Pinterest board using your phone to capture images on the go.
I hope you've enjoyed this video. It was put together with you in mind to help you plan your own outdoor wedding. For more tips, hints, ideas, hit subscribe. We've got lots more for you. I'm Jodie. Thank you for watching. I look forward to sharing more with you soon.